Hi guys, welcome to another Asus Transformer Prime video, and as you can see in this video I have a controller up here. A few people have asked me about whether a PlayStation 3 controller works on the Asus Transformer Prime. I don't own a PlayStation 3, but the Drunken Gamer 131 has very kindly lent me his PlayStation controller for me to test, to show you how and if it actually works on the Asus Transformer Prime. So let's get straight to it and let's see if this bad boy works. Usually, or it did with the Xbox controller, when I plugged it in you could actually use it on the home screen, so we'll see if that works to begin with, and I'll try it with USB first. We'll try something nice and simple and see what happens. So we have a controller plugged in now. Nothing working there at the moment. I'll just press that PlayStation button. There we are. So it is working. I did have to press a PlayStation button, I think, to get it working, but it seems to be working fine now, and the D-pad is working, which is great. So let's try and now test this on a game, and we'll go to the one that I usually use for testing, which is usually SNES Droid when it's not deciding to crash. Try that again. So let's see what happens. I've not mapped these, so I have no idea if this is going to work. But there we are, press start, and I would say that's a pretty successful early test for the controller, which is quite surprising actually, because I've not had to map this at all. This is mapped to the Xbox controller settings, which I did previously, and it looks as though they're identical, which is fairly useful when I'm playing on a video game. So let's just see if they all, I think they all work. Start works. I can't use the left and right button, unfortunately, or can I? Yes, that's the left and right button, so the shoulder buttons are working. So there, very quick test, and that is working. Let's see how this now fares on live. Let's see if that works. Okay, you'll have to bear with me because I'm upstairs. I'm quite far away from the router, so I'm not sure how good the connection will be, but we'll start using it, and that was promising. Now, I have done a little bit of testing with this, and I have found that the D-pad doesn't seem to quite work. The analog stick is fine, but as you can see, the left D-pad works, but none of the others, which is a bit weird. And also, the X and circle button don't seem to work, or they've been swapped around incorrectly, because I have to use a square button usually to select things. And I think it's because the mappings are correctly set. And I don't know how to change that, unfortunately. I know that when I was using the Xbox, everything just seemed to match perfectly, which was great, but it doesn't seem to do it with the Xbox. It seems to be the wrong way round. So I'll just get this game started and I'll show you how it works online. Okay, I think it's working to a point of again, I don't think the bandwidth is very good, but it looks as though I can serve with the bottom buttons. But I can't see that anything's going on. So it does work. The proof is there that it works, but I'm almost certain that the mapping is not correct, and I'm not sure how to do that. Someone may have to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure, like, that was a lob shot, and I'm sure it isn't a lob shot usually. The circle button would be a slice button. And yeah, the square button there seemed like a normal shot. So I think the mapping is wrong. So forgive me if that is incorrect, but I don't think the mapping is correct. Anyway, I'm going to get out of online because it's not working very well, and I'll show you the one last thing about the PlayStation 3 controller. So I am back to Super Mario World now, because I know that the controller's working properly on here. And the final question is, well, can't you get rid of this cable here, which is plugged into the Prime, because this is a Bluetooth controller, of course, and as you can see it's doing its flashy thing here. Is there any way to get Bluetooth working on the Asus Transformer Prime? Well, the answer is yeah. It requires a little bit of magic to be done, and this is what you need to do. First of all, you need to turn on the Bluetooth, of course, on the Prime, so you can now see that it's on, and then you need to press and hold the PlayStation button as you unplug the cable. Now it kind of quits out of the game because the PlayStation button acts as a home screen, but when I go back into it, you should now see that even though the controller is now completely unplugged, Bluetooth is working, and it's working very well, I have to say. There doesn't seem to be any problems here, apart from me not being able to play this game very well. But proof now that there is no cables plugged into the Transformer Prime at all, and the PlayStation controller is working. Now, I haven't got a PlayStation 3 controller, so I don't know how this affects the battery life, because I don't know how to turn off this controller. Presumably, you could just turn off the Bluetooth on the Transformer Prime, and that would kind of solve the problem. And another word of warning is, when I was doing this earlier, when I tried to do it on live, it crashed the Prime completely, causing a reboot. So I'm not sure how reliable it is, but just to show you that Bluetooth does, it looks as though it does work on the Asus Transformer Prime. So I hope that puts the question to bed about whether the PlayStation 3 controller does work on the Asus Transformer Prime. In summary, yes, it does plugged in, fine, no problems. Bluetooth seems to work fine, no problems, although I have encountered a crash with it. But on live gaming, I don't think the buttons are correctly mapped, but I may be wrong about that. I can't really test it because I've only got this controller on loan, and I haven't got any on live games really to play where I know how to do the mapping. So just to prove one final thing, if I press that button, that should take me back to the home screen. So thanks for watching, guys. Probably best not to ask me any more questions about this PlayStation 3 controller, because I won't have it when you watch this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon in another video soon.